Welcome to all in this lecture of the recurrence relation. So in the last lecture we discussed about the recurrence relation, what are the recurrence relations, and now here in this lecture we discuss about the solution of the recurrence relations. So we have some methods to solve the recurrence relations, and in this lecture we discussed about the iteration method. So first of all, what is the solution of the recurrence relation? So an explicit formula that satisfies the recurrence relation with initial conditions is called a solution of the recurrence relation. Like if we have this recurrence relation, an is equal to 3an minus 1, and initial condition is given that a0 equal to 1, so it can be given by an is equal to 3 raised to the power n for all n is greater than equal to 1. It means that we can express our nth term in terms of n, means without using the previous terms. So this is the solution of this given recurrence relation. And here we have the three main methods to solve the recurrence relations. First one is iteration method, second one is characteristic root method, and another is generating function method. So here in the absence of initial conditions, we have a number of recurrence relations we can solve it. So now first of all, linear recurrence relations with constant coefficients. So what was the linear recurrence relations? You know that that degree, that recurrence relation degree is 1, we say that that is the linear recurrence relations, right? And we have suppose this linear recurrence relations c0xn plus c1xn minus 1 plus c2xn minus 2 up to ck xn minus k is equal to fn. So here we have, these are the recurrence terms, xn, xn minus 1, xn minus 2, xn minus k. These are the recurrence term, and these are the constant coefficients like c0, c1, c2, ck. So these are the constant coefficients of the recurrence terms, right? And if suppose our fn, here this recurrence relation with fn, if fn is equal to 0, so which type of recurrence relation is that? That is the homogeneous recurrence relation. And if fn not equal to 0, then it is a non-homogeneous recurrence relation. Earlier we studied about this. Okay, so now I already told you that for solving the recurrence relation we have an explicit formula which satisfies the recurrence relation with initial conditions. So suppose our recurrence relation is that an is equal to an minus 1, and initial condition is given that a0 equal to 1. So it can be expressed as nth term an is equal to n factorial for all n is greater than equal to 1. So this is the nth term of this series. So this is the solution of this recurrence relation. Here we represent this nth term without using the previous term, right? So comes to the point, iteration method. So what is the iteration method? What we do in iteration method to solve the recurrence relation? In this method we start with the first term and terminate at the nth term, and we have these two ways to solve the recurrence relation by the iteration method. So first one is this, and the another way to solve the recurrence relation by this method, that is the recurrence relation for an, because our recurrence relation is given an or n minus 1. So the recurrence relation for an is used repeatedly to solve for a general expression for an in terms of n. Clear? I think this is, you see that this is typical but not when we do some examples, so you have cleared this. So in both ways I give you the examples, so it's depend on you which way you want to use. So let's come to the solution. So first, using the iteration method we have to know some about the some series, that is arithmetic progression and geometric progression, because we need this to solve the recurrence relation. So what is in arithmetic progression? We have the nth term of this series is t, and this is nth term a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is the first term, d is the difference of the terms, and n is the number of terms. And the sum of that series Sn is n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And if we know first and the last term but not the difference, so we can find our sum of series Sn is equal to n by 2a plus l. So a's are the first term, l is the last term, d is the common difference, and n is the number of terms. Because we need these things in our the solution of the recurrence relation of iteration method, so we have to know this. And geometric progression, our series is like that: a r raised to the power n minus 1, where a is the first term, r is the common ratio, and n is the number of terms. And if the sum is a r to the power n minus 1 minus r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. So these are the geometric progression and arithmetic progression series, nth term and the sum of nth term. So we use these in our the solutions. So first example is that we have given this recurrence relation an is equal to an minus 1 plus 3 with a1 equal to 2. So this is initial condition, a1 equal to 2. So first we use our the first way to solve this question. So here we put n equal to 2 3 4 up to n, because a1 is already given in the question. So we put n equal to 2. So when we put n equal to 2 here, so what will we have? A2 is equal to, put n equal to 2, it become 2 minus 1 1, so a1 plus 3, right? Now next we put n equal to 3. So when we put n equal to 3, so we have a3 is equal to a 3 minus 1 2, a2 plus 3. Now we convert our all the terms a2 a3 a4 up to an in terms of a1. Why? Because we have the value of a1. It is given in the question that a1 is equal to 2. So we express our all terms of a in terms of a1. So we can put a2 in terms of a1, that is a1 plus 3. So put here a1 plus 3, and this is plus 3. So it become a1, and we can write this 3 plus 3, we can write this 2 multiply 3, right? Now when we put n equal to 4, so we will get a4 is equal to a4 minus 1 a3 plus 3. Now put a3 in terms of a1, that is this term a1 plus 2 multiply 3. So put here a1 plus 2 multiply 3 plus 3. So it can write that a1 plus 2 times of 3 and 1 times of 3. So it become 3 times of 3. So like that we put here so that we can form a series, right? So up to here, and next we put an. So what is our an? What is our nth term in the previous term? That is given in the question an minus 1 plus 3. So we express our n minus 1 in terms of a1. So according to this, how can we write this? Because when we have a4, so we use a1, right? So this is an minus 1. So first we write a1 plus. Here we have 4, we calculate 4, so we have 3. So here we calculate n minus 1, so it must be here n minus 2. Multiply 3. And this is our the plus 3 term. So now it become a1 plus 3n minus 3 minus 6 plus 3, so minus 3. Now when we solve it, it will give a1 plus n minus 1 into 3, and we have the value of a1, that is 2. So 2 plus n minus 1 into 3. So like that we have an is 3n minus 1. So this is our the nth term, and this is the solution of this given recurrence relation. Clear how to solve this? Okay, let's take another example. Bn equal to 2bn minus 1 plus 1 is given the recurrence relation with initial condition b1 equal to 7. So now first we put n equal to 2, 3, 4 up to n, right? Because b1 is already given, n equal to 1 value we have. So we start our value n is from 2 to n. So now when we put n equal to 2, so what we have? b2 is equal to 2b1, 2 minus 1 1 plus 1. Now we have already b in 2 b2 in terms of b1, right? So now calculate n equal to 3, so b3 is 2b2 plus 1. So now again we express our old terms of b in terms of b1 because we have the value of b1. So now write b2, that is 2b1 plus 1. When we multiply 2 in the braces, so we will get 2 multiply 2, so we can write this 2 raised to the power 2 b1 plus 2 multiply 1 2, and this is 1. So here we write this 1 in terms of 2 raised to the power 0, because we know that any number power is 0, that's value is 1. So when we put n equal to 4, so we get b4 is equal to 2b3 plus 1. So it become 2, and put b3 in terms of b1, that is 2 square b1 plus 2 raised to the power n plus 2 raised to the power 0, and this is plus 1. So now how can we write this? 2 multiply 2 square, so you can write this 2 power 3 b1 plus 2 and 2, so 2 raised to the power 2 2 plus 1. Sorry, 2 multiply 1, so this is 2 raised to the power 1, and this is 1, so this one we can write 2 raised to the power 0. Why we write this? Because here like that we have made a series 2 0 2 ki power 2 2 ki power 1 2 power 0 2 power 3, like that. So and so on, and we write our nth term, that is bn is equal to 2bn minus 1 plus 1. So now we express our this term in terms of b1. So how can we write this? We know that here we have b4 is 2 raised to the power 3 b1, so it is our 2 b4, so power 3, so here we calculate n, so this is 2 raised to the power n minus 1 b1 plus, and what it be, 2 raised to the power n minus 2, because here we have the terms is like that 0 1 2 n minus 3 4 5, right? So n minus 3 n minus 2 n minus, because n minus 1 we terms we have, so what will be the next term of this? That is 2 raised to the power n minus 2 plus 2 raised to the power n minus 3 up to 2 raised to the power 0. So like that we have to form our series. When you calculate other terms, so you can get this. Okay, so now this term is different, our 2 raised to the power n minus 1 b1, and see here which type of series is this. This is our GP, which common ratio is 2. So we use here the sum of the GP, where we have the total how many terms here, n minus 1 terms are here, from n minus 2 to 0, right? So we see here the sum of the series is first term a, that is 1 2 raised to the power n minus 1 upon 2 minus 1, because our common ratio is 2 here, and terms are n minus 1. So when we solve this, you will get 2 raised to the power n minus 1 b1, 2 raised to the power n minus 1 minus 1, and we know the value of b1, that is given in the question 7. So it is bn equal to 7 2 raised to the power n minus 1 plus 2 raised to the power n minus 1 minus 1. So like that, this is our the solution of the given recurrence relation. It's clear? When you practice the question, so you will find it. Okay, so now first example again we do here, but we'll do the another way, right? So I told you two ways of the recurrence to solve the recurrence relation. So in this way we have to put an equal to n minus 1 plus 3, and the an terms in terms of other terms. So if we put n minus 1 in place of n, so what will we have? A n minus 1, so it become n minus 1 minus 1, so it become a n minus 2 plus 3. So we put this a n minus 1 terms here in terms of a n minus 2, so it become a n minus 2 plus 3, and this is our plus 3, so we can write this a n minus 2, and 2 times of 3 we can write this 2 multiply 3. Now, next we put here the value of a n minus 2. So what we put n minus 2? So we put here n minus 2 in place of n and find the value of n minus 2. So when we put n minus 2 here, so it become a n minus 2 plus a n minus 2 minus 1 a n minus 3 plus 3. So put here this value, so we will get in terms of a n minus 3 plus 3, and this is 2 times of 3, so it becomes 3 times of 3. So like that up to k terms, what will be our k terms now? A n is equal to a n minus k plus, because this is k, so we put here k times of 3, because 1 2 3 like that very terms these are. So we take that k multiply 3. Now we find the nth term. So we put here k in by n minus 1. Why we substitute k by n minus 1? Because when we put here n is equal to k is equal to n minus 1, so we will get a1, and we know the value of a1. So like that we substitute our k by n minus 1. So when we put here k by n minus 1, so it become n minus 1 3, and it is a1 plus n minus 1 multiply 3, and we know the value of a1, that is 2. So 2 plus n minus 1 into 3. So now our nth term is 3n minus 1. It is the same, that is the last to last question, right? Because questions are same, only the way are different to solve the recurrence relation by the iteration method. So these are the two ways you solve the recurrence relation by the iteration method. Is depend on you which method, which way you to use to solve the recurrence relation. It's clear? Okay, so today's lecture is completed now. Thank you. In the last next lecture we will study about the characteristic root method. So thank you, be happy and healthy.